Hi everyone. The purpose of this video is to modify the midpoint formula so that this formula can be applied to find any point on a straight line based on the ratio given, not only in the middle of the straight line. So let's take a look. So the midpoint formula we know is always the x coordinate of the midpoint equals to x1 plus x2 over 2, which is the extreme x value, and y equals to y1 plus y2 over 2. But this is not very useful. Why? Because this formula can only be used to apply to find if we have the extreme end of 2 points or extreme end of a straight line, and we want to find the middle of this straight line. Yes, then we can use, because that's why it's called midpoint formula. We can try to modify this formula, and it can be used if the point or unknown point that we're asked to find is at different ratio. So I'll show everyone how it's been modified first. So for example, here I have this line AB. So if they want the midpoint, maybe here I say point Z, okay, which is the midpoint. So if midpoint here, the ratio here will be 1:1, the ratio. So with this, let's modify the formula a bit. So if I want to find the x coordinate of point Z, okay, I'll take -6, which is the x coordinate of A, multiply by the opposite ratio of the part, so multiply by 1. Then my x coordinate value of B multiply by the opposite ratio, so be plus 2 times 1 over 2. So you see this answer is -2, which is the same as x1 plus x2 over 2. Then for the y coordinate, doing the same thing, I have -1 times the opposite ratio, so -1 times 1. Then I have 5 times 1 also, so plus 5 times 1 over 2. So this one will be 2. So my z point is -2, the coordinate 2. But however, if it's this situation whereby we are asked to find the coordinate of E is no longer the midpoint of the line BC. How do we go about doing it? If we master this way of the modified version of midpoint formula, we will still be able to apply. And for example, point E, okay, my x coordinate of point E will be my x of B multiplied by the opposite side of the ratio, so it will be 2 times 4, okay, plus the C multiplied by the opposite, which is 1, so plus 18 times 1 over what? The sum of the ratio, which is 1:4, so 1 plus 4, so 5. So here will be equals to 5.2. Then we'll repeat the same thing for y coordinate. Okay, so over here I'll have the 6. So 6 times the opposite, which is the 4. So 6 times 4. Then I have the opposite, then the 14. The 14 plus 14 multiply by the opposite, which is 1. Then over 5. Then this one, I'll get 7.6. So you can see, if we master this way of doing, or we tweak a bit to the midpoint formula, okay, we will be able to get the coordinate of point E in a easier manner. So then student will be asking, this seems like a weird formula. To be honest, if you go and dig further in the textbook, this formula is actually being introduced. Or if you're not comfortable with this, you can use similar triangle concept, just that the working will be a bit longer. Thank you.